We have Earthbound Illusion for you today. Think about that for a second. That even actually works. And Rinky Turbo and Salamangreat sporting off one of our favorite cards on this channel. Make sure you smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. What in the world is this? Well, this is an Earthbound Illusion deck. Yeah, you heard me say that right. I'm not exactly sure fundamentally like what brought this idea together, but with the Illusion Chimera stuff, this is very much not really something that I expected to see in, the working side of the ladder. So this is actually pretty cool. So let's see. We have triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring. Get the one copy of Berfelment, which is the searcher for everything. Triple copies of the Cornfield. We also have triple copies of Groundkeeper on one more special. So summon a level 5 or lower Earthbound monster from your deck or graveyard, except for this. And you can also summon from the next deck for this turn, except for Fusion or Synchro. Okay, well that's fine actually. And then of course we have the Searcher here and the Special Summon Extender. This card is actually really, really good. We also have triple copies of Gazelle, triple copies of Maxi, your triple copies of the Mirror Swordmaster, and then triple copies of Revolution Synchron, and one copy of Sharon. Interesting enough that we are getting with the one copy of this. We have two Called by the Grave, your two Chimera Fusion, two copies of the Earthbound Prison, one Harmonic Synchro Fusion, one Lair of Darkness, one copy of Paralino, one Terraforming, one Talents, and two copies of Tuning here. Wrapping up your main deck. Down here in the extract, we have the one, wow, yeah, we do play Wolf. Okay, one Stardust, one Calamity, two copies of the Geo Griffin, and then we have one copy of the Gremlin. Let's be honest here, this card's not very good. We have one Baron, one AFD, one Stardust. We also have one Dracostapelia, your one Chimera, two Geo Kraken, one copy of the Geo Grasha, and one Chimera, the Phantom Beast King. Then we have two DD Crow, two Droll, two Space Rock, two Radion, two Retaliating Sea, two Lightning Storm, and triple copies of Evenly Matched here, wrapping up our first little interesting pile. Next up here, we have Rank 8 Turbo. Now, I've been a huge fan of this deck for so long, so every week here when we do see this deck kind of show up, I always want to make sure that we can cover it because it is so exciting. Like, by far to me, this is one of the funnest decks out here that you can just have success with. I think that's a lot of fun. Now, I wish we actually had, Sekka's Light to be able to extend this out and play this in the full glory that it actually is, but unfortunately, we don't quite have that. So, we have triple copies of Alpha, the Master of Beast, triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, got two copies of the Wanting Moon, one copy of Durastorm, one Magna Hut with your triple copies of DD Crow, got triple copies of our friend Bigfoot, two copies of Dimension Shifter, one Pinkertops, two Effect Veilers, triple copies of the Fairy Tale Luna, two copies of Moonlit Chill, two Ghost Ogres, triple copies of Gizmek. We also have two copies of Kurikara, triple copies of Maxi, one Gamma, two Swage de Fleur, one Driver, and triple copies of Sekka's Light. Then we have one copy of the Underworld Goddess, one Zero Boros, one Dahark, one Blackluster Soldier, one Dragublion, one Pingainer, one Seven Sins, one Hope Harbinger, one Number 100, one Zeus, one Dingarisu, one Chaos Ruler, one Chaos Angel, one Blackwing Former Master, one Baron, and of course, that wraps up what we got down here. And then we have two Artrina Centric, triple Denko Rekka, two Phantasme, one Ghost Ogre, two Nibiru, triple copies of Retaliating Sea, and then two copies of the Smoke Mosquito here, wrapping up our basically Rank 8 Turbo deck. Remember, OTK factor, good value, negates, spot removal. The entire utility option tree that this deck brings to the table for how it wants to answer the situations, I think is fantastic. It really, once again, I mean, when you can cover all of your bases for what this deck does, I think it's cool. Next up here, we have Dinosaurs. Once again, the Dinosaur package has just been able to play Kaito Patara here and just gets away with it. Like, during your main phase, alright, you can add a polymerization from your deck to your hand. And then, of course, I mean, you're able to make the Horned Saurus here, which is, specifically named for this, which is a little bit hard to do. But then it's just a dinosaur plus a dragon. It can attack directly, and then on Fusion Summon, you can place a field spell from your deck or graveyard face up in your field zone. So, Guess who we get to search? The Draconic Diagram or the Lost World. It's a little bit hefty of an investment, but it does, get you into another specific field spell search, which then kind of turns on the rest of the deck. So as long as your option tree is available that you can pull through, it's pretty good. So we have 2 copies of Animador Archosaur, triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyspring, triple copies little baby Cerosaurus, 1 Pinkertops, 2 copies of the Kaito Patara, triple copies of Maxi with your triple copies of Misk, 2 copies of Pterodon, triple Oviraptor with 1 Listogasm. We also have 1 Ultimate Conductor, 2 Called by the Grave with your 1 Crossout Designator, 2 copies of the Double Evopill, 1 Draconic Diagram with your triple copies of Fossil Dig, triple copies of Ground Xeno, 1 Lost World with 1 Polymerization, 1 Pot of Prosperity, and 1 copy of the Talents. Down in the extract, we have 1 Secure Gardener, 1 Lingaribo, 1 Unicorn with 1 Phoenix, 1 Dahark with 1 Cross Sheep. We also have 1 Asa, 1 copy of Baguski, 1 Roz, oh yeah, we forgot the Axis Code Talker, 1 Dolka, 1 Dweller, 1 Baron, your 1 Little Hornsaurus, and then 1 Guardian Chimera. Then we have 1 Doggeron, triple Droll Knockbird, 2 Dark Ruler, 2 Droplet, 1 Feather Duster, 2 Lightning Storm, 1 copy of Secret Village, 2 Imperm, and 1 copy of Red Reboot here. Wrapping up a very interesting take, once again, for what you can bring to the table here and have success with. I think that this is very, very strong. So good stuff. And then we also have, is Legendary Hero player? Yeah, sporting off Neos in here. Mainly because we are playing the favorite contact in here. And, I mean, the fact that, you're able to do some pretty cool things with this is really cool. And, I mean, it's 100% searchable off of Infernal Rage here. So you're just kind of bridging the gap here for the engines, trying to access all of the different things that you can kind of port in here and actually, make it work out. So we have triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. We have 1 Denier with 2 copies of Malicious. We also have 1 copy of Plasma, 1 Honest Neos, 1 Liquid Soldier with your 2 Shadow Mist, 2 copies of Stratus, triple copies of Maxi, triple copies of Faris, 2 Increase with your 2 copies of Ion. We also have 1 Neos, triple copies of A Hero Lives, 2 copies of Called by the Grave, 1 Crossout Designator, 1 Fusion Destiny, triple copies of Mass Change with your 1 Miracle Fusion, 2 Polymerization, 1 Rhoda, 1 Thrust, 1 Favorite Contact, and 2 Imperm. Then down here in the extract we have, of course, 2 Wonder Drivers, 1 copy of the Infernal Decimator. To be honest with you, you don't really see this card show up all that much. I mean, it is 1 more extra hero, but I think it's kind of cool that we get some value here. So 1 Cross Crusader, 1 Baguski, your 1 Wake Up Your Elemental Hero, 2 Dark Law. We also have 1 Blast, 1 Sunrise, 1 Shining Neos Wingman, 1 Infernal Rage, 1 Absolute Zero, 1 Destiny, DPE, Amazing Broken Card, and 1 Dangerous. Then we have 2 DD Crow, 2 Droll and Lockbirds, 1 Big Ol' Space Rock, 1 Droplet, 1 Feather Duster, 1 Pot of Prosperity, triple Evenly Matched, 1 Red Reboot, and triple copies of Rivalry of the Warlords here, wrapping up your, I would say, little hero experience. It's not like you're going to play a crazy amount of value for hero, but it's still pretty much here. And last but not least, that is Kaiser Coliseum in our Salamangreat deck. If you end on this, so you set up whatever monster you want, you Kaiser Coliseum, and then you hand them the weasel here. Yeah, they literally can't play the game. It is super cheesy. I wish we could do this, but nonetheless, I think we'll call this an innovation. I think this is pretty cool. So we have triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, triple copies of Effect Veiler, triple copies of Maxi with a 1 Falco. We also have 1 Foxy, triple copies of Gazelle with your 1 Jack Jaguar, 1 copy of the Mirror, triple copies of the Salamangreat to Fire, 2 Spinny. We also have 1 Weasel, 2 copies of Call by the Grave, 1 Crossout Designator, 2 Sign Up Mining with your 2 Kaiser Coliseum. Also have 1 Salamangreat Charge, triple copies of Circle, 1 Sanctuary, 1 Will, triple Imperm, 1 Rage, 1 Roar, and 2 Roar. Then down here in the extra deck, of course, you have the 1 Update Jammer, your 1 Transcode Talker, your 1 Splash Mage, your 2 Sunlight Will, 2 Rising Phoenix, your 1 Heat Leo, your triple Balinix, your 1 Link Decoder, your 1 Heat Soul, your 1 Access Code, and your 1 Rosh Talia. Then we have 2 DD Crow, 2 Space Rock, 2 Droplet, 1 Feather Duster, triple Evenly Matched, 2 Goza Match, 1 Red Reboot, and 2 copies of Rivalry of the Warlords here. Wrapping up, well, honestly, a good chunk of very interesting decks out here that look like they've had a decent round of success today. So what do you think about all of these pretty cool decks? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.